Hello and welcome to Transformational Communication. My name is Dr. Jomo Thomas. I'm a pastor, counselor, educator, leadership consultant, and author of the upcoming book, Transformational Communication, letting the Spirit shape the way we speak. Over the years, whether serving in ministry, counseling individuals and couples, teaching students, or working with leaders, I've noticed a common challenge. Many of us know what we believe. Many of us value truth, but many of us desire healthy relationships. Yet, many of us struggle to communicate in ways that consistently reflect the character of Christ. This series is an invitation for us to grow together. Together, we'll explore how God transforms not only our message, but also the way we speak, listen, respond, and connect with one another. These lessons will also serve as a foundation for a companion study guide that will eventually be released alongside the book. My prayer is that these videos, the book, and the study guide become resources for individuals, couples, churches, leadership teams, ministries, and organizations seeking to grow in transformational communication. So let's begin. What if the greatest communication problem facing the church today, or the people of God, isn't a loss of truth? What if the real problem is that we become increasingly skilled at defending truth while becoming less skilled at communicating it with grace? We have more sermons than ever, more Bible studies than ever, more podcasts than ever. In fact, we have more access to scriptures than ever before. Yet relationships continue to struggle. Marriages suffer, friendships fracture, churches divide, and sometimes being right becomes more important than remaining relational. What if communication isn't simply a relationship skill? What if communication is actually a discipleship issue that resonates with you? Stay with me. I think this book is for you. Before we continue, let us anchor ourselves in the theme verses that will guide this entire series. Ephesians 4:29 says this, using the English Standard Version. Let no corrupting talk come out of your mouths, but only such as good for building up as it fits the occasion, that it may give grace to those who hear. Our goal throughout this series is to learn how our words can build others up and give grace to those who hear. Here's an important scripture that I really want to anchor into your spirit. Really think about it. Something that Jesus says. He says it like this in Matthew 12:36 through 37, again, using the English Standard Version. I tell you, on the day of judgment, people will give an account for every careless word they speak. For by your words you will be justified, and by your words you will be condemned. Those are some sobering words. Jesus reminds us that communication is not simply a practical concern. Communication is a spiritual responsibility. Here's the truth. Our words matter to God, and they should matter to us. Uh, there's quite a crisis spreading across our culture and throughout many of our churches. It's not primarily a crisis of biblical knowledge. Many of us know more scriptures than ever before. As I stated before, we have access to an incredible amount of resources. Again, relationships continue to fracture. The issue is not conflict. Conflict has always existed. The issue is how we communicate through conflict. Too often, we correct without compassion. We debate without listening. We react without understanding. We defend truth while neglecting love. As a marriage and family therapist, I've sat with countless couples who know the Bible, but no longer know how to hear one another. I work with leaders who possess strong convictions, but struggle to communicate those convictions in ways that preserve trust. I've watched organizations and ministries suffer more from communication problems than from strategic problems. Throughout the introduction of my book, I discuss this crisis in greater depth. If today's discussion captures your attention, you'll definitely want to spend time in the introduction when the book becomes available. The central issue is not information. The central issue is transformation because healthy communication flows from a transformed heart. Here's a leadership insight. Think of it like this. Leadership and communication are inseparable. Whether we lead a family, a ministry, a church, a nonprofit, or a business, people often remember our tone long after they forget our words. Communication creates culture, and culture determines influence. Here's a question for you to think about. Reflect on this. Where have we allowed being right to become more important than remaining relational? Take a moment this week and honestly reflect on that question. In our next episode, we'll explore why information alone cannot transform us and why knowledge without transformation often leads to frustration, conflict, and spiritual stagnation. Thank you for joining me for this first episode of Transformational Communication. Today's lesson comes from my book, Transformational Communication, letting the Spirit shape the way we speak. A study guide is being developed that will help individuals, couples, churches, leadership teams, and small groups apply these principles more deeply. Again, over the next several weeks, you'll receive an early look at many of the concepts found in the book and the study guide. If today's conversation captured your attention, you'll definitely want to spend more time in the introduction of the book. Until next time, continuing allowing the Spirit to shape the way we speak, listen, and relate to one another. God bless you.